Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Her Platform, Her Story podcast. I'm your host, Amber Ballard, and today we have Miss Liz joining us. I'm really excited to get to know you today. I'll let you go ahead and start by telling me about your platform and yourself.
My platform is Invisible Strength, Visible Impact for Invisible Illnesses. It has to do with the invisible illnesses and awareness and bringing community. My goal is to eventually turn it into a nonprofit where I can raise money for underfunded illnesses and especially the research into them. Because I know myself, I have had a lot of struggles with things being underfunded and under researched, so I haven't been able to get proper diagnoses for a couple of my illnesses.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Can you share the story that inspired your passion for your cause?
hmm When I was a freshman in high school, I was faced with a lot of health issues. Really, my whole life, I've had health issues, but especially my freshman year, they started to really build up and become a problem and affect my life. I had been talking to my biology teacher, in fact, about the problems that I had because she was my favorite teacher, and she told me about something called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is something I'd never heard of before, so it was pretty shocking. Um, it's not something you hear every day. I went to my doctor and I ended up getting diagnosed with it and actually faced a lot of bullying from it because people thought that it was a fake thing because it's not something that you hear about every day. And I struggled with that a lot. So I want to have a community where other people can understand how I feel and I can understand how they feel because it gets pretty lonely.
Right. Yeah, I was actually bullied throughout elementary school into middle school before COVID hit, and then that kind of went away. So I can understand. I personally don't have any illnesses, but I can relate to you a little bit about how lonely it is and just being bullied in general. So how has your platform changed your life, like personally?
Personally, I've met so many new people, which has helped with that feeling of loneliness. Somebody who's really impacted my life is a girl named Hayden. I met her when she was competing for Miss Alaska, I think 3 years ago now. She shared her story on stage with having Crohn's disease, and I started bawling my eyes out watching the pageant and hearing her speak about that because I had never felt like somebody could relate to me more. And since then, we've become pretty good friends.
Oh, nice. Has your platform influenced your career, your goals, or your education at all?
I think that, I mean, not necessarily where I want to go in life, but it has definitely impacted how I go about it because I've had to find a balance between taking care of myself and also being able to reach my goals and do what I'm intending to do with my life as well.
Nice. Okay. What do you wish more people understood about your platform?
Even though it's called invisible strength, I feel like a lot of people don't realize that the pain itself is also invisible because a lot of people learn how to mask or how to hide it, or over time they just acclimate to it and it doesn't feel as painful. It's kind of more just a dull ringing in the back of your head. I've had a lot of issues with that, or people saying that I don't look sick. And I know that I don't. And that's the whole point of the platform. That's why it's called Invisible Strength, because there's strength in things that you can't see.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that, you have to hide it and because, people are just terrible in these days. What would you say is some common misconceptions about, your cause and how can we as a society diminish them?
Honestly, just following back to last question, a lot of people don't realize the invisible part. That's why I want to bring awareness to it, especially not just community, because a lot of people don't understand something like this because they don't have to go through it. And by surrounding yourself with people who have dealt with those types of things, you're going to educate yourself because the reason that hate happens is because of lack of education. Because when you see something you don't know, your automatic response is going to be, oh, I don't like that.
Right. Okay, let's do a little bit of a fun question. What would you say is a hidden talent that you have?
I mean, I am an American Sign Language student, so that's something that's really fun. I also do my own nails. Let's ignore that
Oh,
one. That long.
nice.
But
Um, oh, sorry, go ahead.
oh, that's it. American
Okay.
Sign Language has helped me build my platform though, because deafness is an invisible illness. You can't see that until you talk to somebody.
Right. Oh my gosh, it that's really cool because I actually took 3 levels of ASL in high school. So it's been a little bit since I've had to use ASL, but I love learning
Yeah,
about it. It was so much fun. But
it's definitely
yeah,
great.
right. Okay. So what have you done so far with your platform? Like any events or campaigns or anything like that?
Yes, I have used it along with the American Heart Association when I've competed for the MAO. I a lot of once again are things that you can't see, things that are invisible that you don't notice until they get too bad, which is why the heart health thing is very, very important. I will also say, going back again, just talking to people, bringing communities together and getting people to know each other. I have had recently two friends diagnosed with POTS, and I've tried to get them in contact with each other because they're both in similar spots in their journey. And it's really helpful to have somebody who's in a similar spot as you because all through it, I had my mom because they're all genetic conditions that I got from her. And we're learning these things about ourselves as we go.
Nice. I like that, you're trying to help other people who have been diagnosed with illnesses and bring them together. I love that. What has been your most meaningful or your favorite experience while advocating for, your platform?
Mm. I met Hayden at when she competed for Miss Alaska that 3 years ago that I talked about earlier. Something that was really important to me was getting to talk to her and competing together the next year. We worked with our platforms together, Invisible Strength and Chronically Courageous, which is her platform, and we kind of meshed them together, and she sponsored me last year, and on stage for both of our on-stage questions we ended up talking about each other, and I was crying backstage because I was like, oh, I'm so glad that I found somebody who is so similar to me and can understand what I've gone through.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay. Are you competing for any pageants soon or currently?
Yes,
Okay.
in November I'm going to be competing for the Miss High School America organization. I'm going to be
Nice.
competing at my state level in the collegiate category.
Nice. Do you want to share a little bit about, Miss High School America and, its mission?
Absolutely. Their platform is Brave, Building Respects and Values for Everybody, which is an anti-bullying platform, which I feel ties very well into my platform because I was bullied because of things that people didn't understand, and that's the root of a lot of bullying I've noticed. And I hopefully want to, mesh them together and go on to nationals and be able to put them together and show that they all go hand in hand.
Nice. What is your favorite area of competition?
I am a big fan of fun fashion in the high school organization because I feel like it's a time that you just get to express yourself and you get to be a little less poised and like looking professional and you just get to have fun.
Right. I love fun fashion. I feel like as I practice interview more lately, I feel like it kind of goes back and forth between interview and then fun fashion, but I've always said, even for my national pageant, it was fun fashion. I don't know. It just like the music too when you're walking is just so much fun.
I mean,
Okay.
it's so important, but fun fashion, I just get to like be myself on stage.
Right. Yes. What are you most looking forward to at Miss High School America?
For my state pageant, I'm really excited to just meet new people again. I know it sounds like a pageant cliche and build sisters, but it really is true, especially with my platform and meeting people that have invisible illnesses that you'd never know because it's invisible. You don't know that until you start talking to them. I've made so many friends and gained so many sisters through competing in pageantry and advocating for the platform. And people have spoken out to me about how they felt very alone and they haven't been able to talk to anybody about it because nobody else understands how they're feeling or what they're going through.
How would you how do you think you would feel if you did win your state pageant or even the national one too?
I mean, the state pageant and the national one, I think I'd just go totally blank. I think I'd probably just start crying because I'm a huge crier already. So that's probably what my immediate response would be, just to be like, oh my gosh, wow.
It's like such a I feel like especially if you've done so much work for it too, it's such like, oh my God, like I actually
Mhm.
did it. And like
Yeah,
you beat like is it every single state for Miss High School America that competes? Or is it select?
I
Okay.
believe it's every state. I think there are a few states that still don't have the program, but there are also at-large titles that you can go.
Okay. Yeah, because I would assume that the girls vary by year then, since it's not every state and it's like up to 40 girls and like, oh my God. So it was just, yeah. Um, do you, with your title, do you have any plans? Like if you were to win the state title, do you have any plans with your platform yet, or are you still kind of like thinking about it?
Absolutely. We have a lot of events in Alaska, especially stuff like the women's show, and I'd love to have a booth there where I can just chat with people and help people understand their own bodies or give non-medical medical advice, like stuff that I've been through, not actually medical professional type advice. More so life advice.
Nice. Okay. Well, let's do another fun question. What's your favorite TV show right now?
My favorite TV show is probably The Rookie. I love
Okay.
drama. So I'm very into
Nice.
like Grey's Anatomy, The Rookie, Dance Moms.
Really? Okay. I have not watched Dance Moms in forever. My favorite right now is Off Campus. It's so good.
Yeah, I've
It's
heard a
so
lot
good.
about it. My best friend's like, you need to watch it.
Oh yeah, my mom finally told me the other day she was like, we need to watch this, and we've just been completely hooked on it. Before this, I was actually watching it, and I think I'm on episode like 5, and there's like 8 episodes, so but it's really good so far. I really recommend it.
All
Okay.
right.
So, if listeners could take away one message from your story and your platform, what would you want it to be?
Just knowing yourself and talking about things, especially knowing when to take a break and knowing your body. I recently, with the Miss America organization, had to step down from my state pageant because I was having too many health issues. And while it was really hard at the time, it ended up being a really good thing for me. I found new companions. I've been able to talk about why I dropped out and show other people that it's okay to take a break because a lot of time with chronic illness, you feel like you just have to go, 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 go and never stop to show that you're okay. And that's not what's healthy for you, and that's not what you should be doing.
All right, Liz. Well, thank you so much for coming on to my podcast. I loved hearing about you and your story and also your message. I think what you do is very admirable, and I like that I do relate to you a little bit because we both went through bullying. Me personally, I have no clue why. It just kind of happened, but but
That
yeah.
does
But
happen.
again, yeah, but thank you so much again for coming on. Our next episode will be tomorrow with Kylie Blankenship, and she's currently competing for Miss Virginia next week, actually. So, but yeah, I will see everyone in the next episode tomorrow, and thank you again, Liz, for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too.